Aquarius, hi. It always feels so good to sit with you. It was kind of a surprise to me, honestly, that I got such a strong pull to sit here for September readings because I've been going through such a huge year of change and coming into a more authentic connection with my truest self. And with that has come a lot of wanting to be visionary in this space and to do things totally differently. And then I just got the call to sit down and be here in September. I guess there's somebody out there who needs this energetic work. And maybe I'm the one who needs it. I don't know. But here we are. It's September. And this is a month where I think breakthroughs are around. And it's a really interesting time for Aquarians this time of year as we move through Virgo season, because it's associated with the transformational process. We have the Sun and Venus both moving through this sign, and this is about shedding a skin, shedding a container that we no longer fit in, and kind of communing with that and feeling the release and feeling the transformation and feeling into the mysterious unconscious and what gifts lie ahead. And so those themes are going to be quite strong during this Virgo season. We also have the full moon in Pisces, your neighbor, and this is going to illuminate any patterning that has to do with how you value yourself and how you find security in yourself. So it will be an interesting Virgo season for you. It's going to be deep and spiritual and really about a kind of rebirth in your energetics. The other thing that's going on this month is Mercury Retrograde. It's starting off in Libra. The retrograde begins on the 9th, and then it will move back into Virgo on the 23rd. So those first couple weeks of this Mercury retrograde are going to be also about your bigger vision, your bigger philosophies, and how they're working for you, how they're feeling for you, how you want to retool and reform them. I mean, this is some of the most powerful, potent work we can do when we're willing to be flexible in the formulation of who we think we are and how we think we need to see the world. And I know this is already something Aquarians do, but we're here doing it. And then, of course, we get to the equinox. We begin Libran season. And Libran energy for you, I've just said this. I just said this. We're going to have Sun, New Moon, and Venus all in Libra. Like I said, expanding that vision, really thinking about what it is you want to, how you want to envision the world, your cosmology, the cosmology that you have for the world you live in. And one thing that got me thinking about this whole process, a card already fell. 10 of Cups, hello. I love it. Such a fun card. Card of celebration, something to celebrate. But I was just thinking about how so often when we get to a point where we just feel like, if you're in a stage of life where you want to break through on something, you want to see the path. Maybe you're feeling a bit divided on if you want to go this path, you want to keep doing this project, do a different project. Not knowing exactly what the next step is. Sometimes it's not even that we have two choices or that we just don't even really know what the next evolution is going to be. And it's feeling a little bit like, what do I do? I genuinely don't even know what the next thing to do is. And how sometimes when we're in those phases where we are in this like kind of transformational goo, we're unfamiliar with our new form, our new way of being. It can feel like this breakthrough is never going to happen. Like, how do we push through this and keep going? And that's often when we get to that place, when breakthroughs are the closest, when that aha and that connective point comes right through. Hierophant. All right. Very strong energy here. Very determined, clear energy here. And I think that's something to kind of keep in mind if you happen to be going through a phase of big change in form and shape and meaning and all of that. High Priestess. All right, we're just going for the big energy, Aquarius, I see. if you're going through that phase and you don't really know exactly what your next footfall is going to be, keep that in mind. And sometimes when we lean into the I don't have a breakthrough, weirdly, that is when we get the best information. And I'm seeing that here. We are being invited into a very actually spiritual landscape here. We have two spiritual teachers, the Hierophant and the High Priestess. One is really the in the world spirituality, and one is the hidden, unseen, esoteric spirituality. And we have the Ten of Cups. And all of these are doorways. All three of these cards are about standing at a threshold. Wow. That's just giving me I'm just taking a moment to incorporate that. The Ten of Cups, of course, is this doorway, this rainbow doorway. They're standing at the culmination of something. Something has come full circle that we can appreciate and honor and celebrate. With the Hierophant and the High Priestess, their doorways are pillars. And those pillars have to do with truth and integrity. They're initiators, both of these. I think the Hierophant often speaks to a commitment we make. And the High Priestess speaks to the invocation into a deeper spiritual knowledge. But all three of these doorways to me are saying that we have to kind of anoint ourselves into being here as who we're meant to be. And that's not something that you're going to get as a format outside of yourself, you know? It's going to be something innate in you. All the bits and pieces, all the things that maybe seem untidy, unclear, here, there, all those different parts of yourself. Being asked to just step through that doorway and really commit to that vision, that honoring of yourself and just being you in the world. It's so interesting to me because Aquarians, of course, you all get the attention for being unique, being weird, doing things in your own way. I love it. As you all know, Aquarian energy is some of my biggest teaching energy in this life. It's so important. But I also think Aquarians secretly struggle with that sense of difference, with that sense of not quite being in rhythm, right? Or not quite being able to fit into the nice template. So even though on the one hand, it is this beautiful thing that you love about yourself, it's also something that you sometimes feel is a problem or is causing you not to have breakthroughs or is causing you to go through certain things. And I think the cards here, it's a celebration of who you are becoming and how you are transforming and how you take up that space and just say, yes, I'm committing to just being me. In peace, in peace and in connection with my truest spirit and the truest imprint of my spirit. You know, when this makes me think of, for me, I have this feeling of being this space blob. You know, it's just it's always been with me that I am the space blob, and I don't always do things in, group settings that make sense. Sometimes I'm the jokes I make or the way my energy is, it's just I don't know what I'm doing here. What is this? But that is exactly the essence that makes me lovable to the people that care about me. And this is a big initiation into letting yourself be you. I know that sounds so basic, but sometimes it's as we transform and we shed the layers of costume through life, we have to come back to this point and explore it again. Because each time a layer is shed, we have to re-anoint ourselves as okay in this and to get to a deeper level of it. And that's exactly what I'm seeing here. And it's also just an acknowledgement that you have changed. You can't go back in the old container. You can't just pretend that you're the same person you were even during your birthday. even 2021, right? There's an acknowledgement here that yes, you have grown and changed, and there are opportunities in this other doorway, this other experience. So it's time to walk through. I'm so excited and curious to see what Aquarius is moving through this September. Please let me know in the comments. If you're looking to hang out with me more, I do weekly teachings over on Patreon. That's where we get set up for the week. Every Monday, I do a little magical astrology. We talk about what's going on. I share some of my wisdom, and there's lots more in that community as well. I'd love to see you over there. You can also find me on my Instagram, of course, and on my website. So I'd love to see you in any of all of those places. Have a beautiful September, my beloved Aquarians.